Well, hello everybody, Sal Capano here to bring you up to date on a little bit of news that's happening here on unemployment in PUA and a little bit particularly in Nevada. So if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing to my channel. I keep it real, 98% accurate, keep it fun, talk a little bit about everything, latest stimulants, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, little cigars. I haven't forgot about you cigar smokers. We'll get back on board on that. My regulars, thank you. 42 subscribers. What do you want from me? When we get to 100, ooh, then we got some goodies to be giving away. So tell your friends. Tell your parents. Tell your Uncle Vinny. All right, guys, we'll get right to it here. So here we go. 48 states are now paying and processing the unemployment claims. 48. So they moved again. They moved a little quicker this time than the lost wage assistance and in the past. So they did learn. People, I don't think we're going to see this again as far as gig workers. And I said this in my last video, but if you missed it, if you missed out on the March PUA, gig workers, jump on board. If you are self-employed, sole provider, get on board. It's that easy. I spoke a little bit about if you have younger kids, not older kids, but younger kids, you can file for PUA. Now, there is a clause in there. I said it this morning. I'm going to repeat. You have to have documentation and accurate proof that your kids need your full-time, because in wherever your state is, the schools are closed. So you need to help them. Maybe you're telemarketing at home and you can't telemark right now because you need to homeschool your kids. You are self-employed. Fill it out, answer it, and supply the documentation. Maybe you worked for somebody and they laid you off. Then you can go on unemployment if you're, taking care of your kids. Now, if you asked to walk away and you had a job, you got to be careful on that. So, but it doesn't hurt to try, people. You're not going to ever have, I don't think we're going to see in our lifetime where they're paying you for self-employed, unless you are self-employed and have self-employed unemployment insurance. So take advantage of that. All right, so 48 out of 50 states are now, and there's just 2 states trying to get together. I'm not going to mention those states right now, but there's 48, whether they're processing, pending, and getting on board. So for next week. So that's amazing news. So I talked about the fraud in California. There's a suspension on all claims on PUA and unemployment until they get this fraud taken out, getting it situated in the fraud department. I'm hearing here now on exhausted payments here in Nevada that they are trying to work out the detail on that. Okay. Also, if you have overpayments and 100%. There, for an example, they say you have $10,000 you have to pay back in overpayments. You got to get on it. If you know you're 100%, it did not happen, there's a number underneath that email that you received from Dieter in Nevada, Dieter, and call and speak to somebody. They have a phone line system where you can leave a message and they'll call you back. It's not as bad as calling to find out what's happening with your unemployment, and they'll give you detailed information. Maybe it was a mistake. Okay, so I said this before, some of the overpayments were because they issued out in February, where it went on the PUA site, you were able to, and then later, and they paid you, and then later on to figure out, no, you only can go back to March 15th or March 10th, somewhere in that area. So they're going to take out 50% of the weekly claim until it's paid off. You don't need to write a check out. If they say you overpayment, another possibility is because you were on unemployment, UI, regular UI, right? And you were cut off, and then you were self-employed. Maybe you were part self-employed in 2019. Remember, it was the year before 2020. And they send you over, and then you start collecting, and maybe the system is setting up a red flag. It's maybe it's just you communicate with them. I was told you got to keep notes with this, people, and get the names. So it could be something as simple as that. Okay, so they're trying to straighten that all out, hopefully in the next couple of days on the overpayment. So appeals, I talked about that yesterday and the day before and the day before that. The appeals, I try not to appeal it because they could put you on the bottom unless it was fraud, and because it just takes a lot longer. So again, you are your own attorney here. Get the names of people, try to be accurate, and just making sure they read you back the email and who their adjudicator is, or do they know who it is. You got to gather that information, people. The quicker you do that, the quicker you're going to get paid. Okay, so I heard that new claimants now who just filed for PUA, they're on top of it and you should be getting paid next week. I think I covered that in my last video. If I didn't, I'm covering it now. All right. If there's anything I haven't talked about, a situation that you might be in with unemployment in Nevada, maybe elsewhere, I can try. Leave your comment, and I can try to get you some adequate information on that. Okay, with that said, so now with the new stimulus bill, there's some talk a little bit today that they're trying to conclude the $1,400 into that $600 they gave us. So they're hoping by when the next administration gets in, they're gonna, first thing they want to do, I'm reading the news, people, what's happening. I don't want to get your hopes up, but it looks all likelihood that they're gonna send out another stimulus, 14 in addition to the 600. They're just right now figuring out, are they going to take out some of this pork, or are they going to go ahead and give each dependent, each kid, 2,000, or excuse me, another 14 in addition to 16, 600 they got. If they're over 18, will they consider that college students? Are they going to throw those in a total of 2,000? That's what they're working out a little bit today and going into next week. So that's, if you're asking me, I don't have that crystal ball. I'm really optimistic that the next administration is probably going to do another stimulus. Now, vaccines, or you have some of these vaccines are out. I'm hearing a lot of good stuff. I'm hearing a little bit of bad stuff. Let me know your thoughts on it. Are you considering on taking this new vaccine? There's a new one even coming out. I can tell you this: it's gonna. I said this before. It's gonna bring stability. Okay, I think that. I'm optimistic. I think probably by June or July, we're going to start climbing out of this. I think money's starting to be exchanged. The market seems to be up. If you're into the market and stocks, it might be a good time now to go ahead and invest into it. I'm not a real big fan. I know people were asking me about Bitcoin. It's short term, maybe right now, maybe if you have an extra 100 or 2 or maybe more, maybe go ahead and throw it into Bitcoin, and then if you can triple that money or quadruple or even double, maybe cash it right out. It's up to you, people. So hopefully you're enjoying the rest of your Friday, depending on where you are. I gotta get back into another meeting. I'm hoping I can find out a little bit more details on the credits. There's still some of yous, including some family and friends there I'm close to, haven't gotten those credits for the 11 weeks. It's still a little bit short. I'm trying to get that. I haven't got it. I'm hoping I have a meeting at 5 p.m. West Coast time to find out about those credits. When will they adjust and apply? So I'm just reading some news up top here. Sorry. Got a little distracted, so I should have that up to date. If I find out some information, then you'll hear from me tonight outside smoking my stogie. If not, if I don't hear anything, I'm not going to come on. All right. Once again, thank you for subscribing. Let's get to 100. Tell people about my video. Share the video. Let's get to 100, and we're going to have some fun. I want to keep on growing this station as I fill you in with the latest trends and news. Is people, Sal Capano, say hello to somebody. And tomorrow's another day. See you in my next video.